So now, the world-famous Andy McKay.
McKay.
Who's going to talk not about the Definitive Guide to Plone, the original author of the English language Plone book. He's going to talk about the sexiest thing you've never seen.
Alright, thank you. So just to talk about Clouseau, which we did at a Vancouver Python and Plone sprint in August, which was probably one of the worst organised and attended sprints because I ran it. But in the end, there were just 3 people, myself, Leonardo Almeida, and Richard Ammerman. And the sushi was good, the beer was good, and we did some code, which is unlike most sprints where I do the first 2 and not the latter. Alright, so what we wanted to do was basically, we want to try and get more developers using something like XOPCTL debug, because it is amazingly useful. And anybody who's a Python programmer should probably gets to love Plone a little bit more when you can introspect with it a little bit more. But XOPCTL doesn't work on Windows.
Who cares?
Who cares? How many people are running Windows? Yeah, okay. Alright, so in my training, 40% of people there are running Windows. And it doesn't do tooltips or autocomplete unless you go for something like IPython, and then you're in real propeller headlands. So what we needed was something maybe like Plone Shell, which we wrote a bit ago, which uses WX Windows. And honestly, my life is much better when I'm nowhere near WX Windows. And it is slower than a tortoise. It takes about 1 minute each time to start up. So, and also I couldn't actually get it working. So let's build it in Ajax. It's kind of a stupid idea, because it's a huge security hole. It is a big security hole. You are allowing untrusted users to do, well, to run whatever code they want on your site. And I do claim credit. I think Clouseau is the only product that says in the help section how to delete your Plone site with this product. First off, it'll only run in debug mode. If you install this on your server and your server is in production mode, nothing's there. So it is at least a little bit safe. Even if you do, you still have to hack SOAP security and become a manager to be able to run code. So either live with this security issue or just don't use it or whatever. Anyway, Ajax is great because this gives us no ZIO. No ZIO is needed to run this. No dependencies. It just installs. It runs on any server with any browser. And I don't know about IE. Somebody claimed it worked, but I don't know IE, so I don't care. Alright. So here's my Clouseau session interface, and we can click create a new session. So here is a Python prompt built in with the installer, and we got autocomplete that pulls out various information on that object. And what it uses is .finder tab actually to pull out the first 5 classes and then pull out the callable and attributes from those 5 classes. Because if you actually do a dir on a normal object, you'll get somewhere around 900 things coming out, because ZOP2's inheritance hierarchy is fantastic. Alright, so we've got our site, and we can do pretty much anything we want. We'll do... here I am trying to think of an example of what to do.
Delete the site.
Sorry? Delete the site. Well, delete the site is the very last thing. Otherwise the demonstration doesn't work very well. So we can look at something like portal workflow, and... Sorry? Oh, yeah, thank you very much. So there's all the workflow available to us and the actions there, so we can call those various different things. The nice thing about this is, of course, that we can do all the basic sort of stuff we can do in Plone. And there's various different things in here. We wrote a little utils section that allows you to do various things like commits and syncs, in case you can't happen to remember that a sync is app.p under jar under sync. So this is the basic thing. That's kind of sexy, but there's a few other more sexy features. But there's more. Because one nice thing is here is collaborative. We can have multiple people in a session. So here I'll create a new session and we'll say x equals 2 or something. And then over here in Safari, yes, it works in Safari, I can go and join this session and start saying, no, x is equal to 3. And the other person will start to get annoyed with you. So it's also a chat client built into your Plone, which is what you always wanted. But wait, there's more. So I'm on my particular folder and I want to see the API for this object. Well, there's a little Clouseau button here, which will pop you up a little Python prompt. And context is my current object. So I can directly examine my object, and if it's an archetypes object, it pulls out the schema of that object, so then you can see the schema. So I want to change the title, so that's English for something, I don't know. Commit. Alright, then we'll go back up here. Where are we? View. Woohoo. Okay. That's pretty nifty. But wait, there's more. One thing I just recently added on the bus on the way down was the ability to save sessions and then load them back in. So if I've done my session here and I want to save this for later use, then I can click save, and I'll have a list of sessions down here that I've got saved. So here's one I wrote earlier, tool shortcuts. When I fire up that session, it just brings up a list of shortcuts, so I don't have to keep typing them in, and then I can wander off and do whatever I want to do to my portal skins. And then, of course, the final one you all want to see is Del Objects. Is it Del Objects? Yeah. There we go. It's dead.
Have you ever considered doing basically Ajax-y on-the-fly traceback post-mortem?
Yeah, I would love to do that if someone could help me. I'd love to have it so you could do a PDB, put a PDB statement
Right,
somewhere, and it would pop straight into Clouseau.
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic.
On behalf of the audience, I'll just say, oh my God.